You know, sometimes the simplest stories have the most powerful lessons. And today, we're diving into one of those. It's called The Magical Lamp of Chandrapur, and it really makes you think, what would you actually do with unlimited power?
So let me ask you, what if you were granted 3 wishes? It's that classic question, right? We've all thought about it. Well, today we're going to meet a guy who gets that very chance. And let me tell you, his choices don't just change his life, they change his entire world. All right, so let's set the scene. We're in this lively, bustling town called Chandrapur. And right at the center of our story, we've got 2 friends, 2 guys who have known each other forever, but they are complete opposites.
So first up, you've got Vikram. He's a merchant, and he's good at it. But the thing about Vikram is, he's never satisfied. He always wants more. More gold, a bigger house, you name it. And then you have his best friend, Ravi. Ravi's a humble scholar. For him, wealth isn't about money. It's about books, knowledge, and, most of all, his friendships. And really, if there's one word you need to know to get Vikram, it's this one: insatiable. It just means impossible to satisfy. Think of it like a hunger that never ever goes away. No matter how much he gets, it's just never enough for him.
Okay, so when you've got that kind of drive, that insatiable appetite, you're always looking for the next big score, right? And that's exactly what Vikram does. He starts hearing whispers in the market, rumors about some ancient lamp that holds unbelievable power.
So, of course, Vikram has to track this thing down. He finds this mysterious old vendor, a guy named Amar. And Amar has the lamp. But he gives Vikram a pretty serious warning. He's like, listen, this thing is powerful, like really powerful. The guy who had it before hid it away because he thought the world just wasn't ready for it.
But Vikram, you think he listened? No way. His greed just completely overshadowed that warning. It's like Amar's words just went in one ear and out the other. All Vikram could see was the power. He just had to have that lamp.
So he buys the lamp, rushes home. You can just imagine his excitement. He rubs it, and poof, a genie appears, ready to grant him 3 wishes. And this, right here, is the turning point. This is the moment where everything, for him and for everyone in Chandrapur, is about to change forever. And does he hesitate? Not for a single second. For his first wish, he asks for exactly what you'd think a guy like him would want. He wishes for a mountain of wealth. And boom! Just like that, gold and jewels start pouring into his house. I mean, filling every single room from the floor all the way up to the ceiling. In an instant, he's the richest man in the entire town. No question. So he's in the middle of celebrating all this insane wealth when his friend Ravi shows up. Ravi sees this chaos of gold everywhere, and he's worried. He begs Vikram, hey man, slow down. Think about this. This is huge power. You got to consider the consequences before you make another wish. But Vikram he's blinded by it all. He completely ignores his friend. For wish number 2, he asks for a grand palace. And just like that, this enormous building just shoots up out of the ground. Towering over everything, it casts this huge shadow over the whole town, literally separating him from everyone else.
Okay, so he's got the money. He's got the palace. What else could he want? Well, for his 3rd and final wish, Vikram's greed takes a really, really dark turn. He wishes for the one thing he doesn't have: ultimate power. He wishes to control the minds of every single person in Chandrapur. And with that last wish, everything he thought he wanted, all that wealth and power, it becomes his own personal prison.
Now, to really get how bad this is, you gotta picture what Chandrapur was like before. It was vibrant,
full of energy, people laughing, talking in the streets. It was alive. It was a real community.
But after that third wish, all of that is gone, just vanished. The people now, they just move like robots, only doing what Vikram tells them to. The friendly chats, the noise of the market, the kids playing, it's all just gone. The whole town is completely silent.
Well, almost everyone. The magic doesn't work on one person. His friend, Ravi. It seems their bond of friendship was too strong. And Ravi just keeps pleading with Vikram, trying to get him to see what he's actually destroyed. That simple joy you get from real human connection. So picture it. Vikram is sitting alone in his gigantic palace, surrounded by piles of gold, with an entire town obeying his every command, and he's never felt more lonely in his entire life. The very things he wished for are the bars of his cage. And it's there, at his absolute lowest point, completely alone in that silent palace, that it finally clicks. Vikram understands what a terrible mistake he's made, and he knows he has to try to fix it. So, with Ravi by his side, he starts to take action. First, he goes back to Amar, the vendor. He tearfully admits he was wrong and returns the lamp. And that's when Amar tells him something incredible. The lamp doesn't just respond to wishes, it responds to true regret. So, filled with remorse, Vikram gives it all away. All the gold, the palace, everything. He gives it to the people of the town. That night, the lamp gives off this gentle glow one last time. And when the sun comes up the next morning, the spell is broken. The palace has vanished, and Chandrapur is back to the way it was. Lively, happy, and full of free people.
And that really brings us to the whole point of the story, doesn't it? The moral is pretty clear. True happiness doesn't come from having tons of money or power. It comes from genuine relationships, from the people around you and how you treat them. So let's circle all the way back to the beginning. After hearing this whole story, if you had that magical lamp now, what would you wish for? It kind of makes you think, right?